What's up guys, Sam here and back with another video. This time we're gonna look at the Xiaomi Mi 9. This is a phone that's been released for over 3 months now, but it does not get the same kind of exposure the S10 and the P30 did. So let's see if it stacks up against those two phones, as this is the review of the Xiaomi Mi 9. Now before we get started, let's get the specs out of the way. We have a Snapdragon 855 with Adreno 640 with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. Keep in mind that they have a 64GB variant as well. Unfortunately, there's no SD card slots available on this phone, so yeah. Here's what you receive in the box: a USB-C connector, a wall charger, a free silicone case, which is nice to have as a temporary solution, and yes, a USB-C to headphone jack adapter, which is in typical flagship phone fashion. Apparently not having a headphone jack is a feature now, which I still don't understand, but that's the direction that most companies are going with, so let's move on. Now let's talk about the design. It's your typical 2019 flagship industrial design, glass slapped on the front and the back. On the front side, you have a 6.3-inch Full HD Plus Super AMOLED panel, which is a really nice upgrade from a normal AMOLED panel. Dewdrop notch on the top as opposed to a really big notch that you got with the Mi 8. A triple camera setup suggests that it will have an ultra-wide angle lens, a telephoto lens, and a normal lens. We'll get to the camera in a bit. In terms of design, it is actually okay, because it's nothing special, but also it's not that bad. It definitely does feel like a flagship phone when you hold it, except that it has a curved edge on the back that makes it feel slightly uncomfortable to hold, so having a case on this phone is not a bad idea. Now the display on the Mi 9 is actually really good, a 6.3-inch Super AMOLED panel, so you can definitely do no wrong with the display. Colors are popping and it's vivid and it's just really pleasing to the eyes. The brightness level on the display is really good as well. Under bright sunlight, I've had no problems using the Mi 9. It definitely is a better experience compared to the OnePlus 6. The dewdrop notch does not bother me at all, and it's relatively smaller than what you get with the Mi 8. It's like I said before, any upgrade is a welcome addition, and I think Xiaomi has done a good job with the display. Aside from that, the display does have an in-glass fingerprint scanner, which is really cool. It's supposedly a 5th gen scanner, so it should work faster. Based on my experience, it's actually really fast. I've had no problems with it at all. I'm actually really surprised at how fast the progress of this technology is. It still blows my mind somehow. Now everyone knows that Xiaomi runs their version of Android called MIUI, and the latest MIUI is based off of Android Pie. While MIUI has gotten significantly better over the years, it is still MIUI. I'm not a big fan of the themes that come pre-installed. It just looks really weird. It tries so hard to be an iPhone when it clearly is not. I resort to using Nova Launcher as my default launcher, and their settings menu is also such a ripoff to Apple's as well. On the other hand, gaming on the Mi 9 is an absolute delight. It runs some of the heaviest games smoothly. I've loaded games like PUBG, Asphalt, and FIFA, and it runs with no problem at all. I've had no overheating issues with the Mi 9 if anyone wants to know. The built-in speakers are disappointing. It's a bottom-firing speaker, so no stereo speakers, which is a bummer because there's no headphone jack to compensate for that very average speaker. It does get pretty loud on full volume, but it gets blocked out easily, as you can see.
It started actually a long time ago back when I was trying a bunch of different microphones. There's a lot of gear on this channel. I already know, but I was trying my gear. I'm like there.
Speaking of no headphone jack, yes, this phone does not sport a headphone jack. It is disappointing, but you can actually buy some of Xiaomi's Bluetooth earphones. They're some of the most affordable ones that I can find. Links are in the description if you guys are interested. The battery on the Mi 9 is actually a little bit below average. 3300 mAh on their latest flagship phone is actually a bit of a joke. At least stick an extra 400 mAh in there, but nonetheless, on the normal usage, I can get up to almost a day of use. My day usually starts at around 9 AM and ends around 7 PM, before having to recharge the Mi 9. But Xiaomi does make up for it, as the Mi 9 supports 20-watt fast wireless charging, which is really awesome. Keep in mind, if you're a heavy user, bring a charger with you. So this is where the Mi 9 gets interesting. It has a triple camera setup, a whopping 48 megapixel sensor on the main camera, a 16 megapixel ultra-wide sensor as a secondary camera, and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens. The results have impressed me and worked better than I expected it to. Let me start off with the camera's UI. It's actually pretty bad. Again, it looks very familiar to Apple's and it does not feel intuitive at all. It took me a while to find the icon to change the mode to wide angle mode. I wish they had a magnifier to zoom in and zoom out all the way to ultra wide angle, but it does not do that at all. Anyways, the photos produced on this phone is actually pretty decent. Photos are sharp and colors are actually vivid. It's not accurate because the photos do tend to get a little oversaturated, and that's just to my taste. So the image processing on this phone is a bit different. Here's some photo samples and video samples from the Mi 9. So there you have it. Will I recommend this phone? Yes, but it may vary depending on what you want in your phone. The reason why I would recommend this phone is because it has the most affordable price for a flagship phone. In Malaysia, it costs about 1,999 ringgit, which is equivalent to $480. Considering what you're getting with the price and how powerful this device is, it's pretty much a no-brainer. The Galaxy S10e costs more than the Mi 9 in Malaysia, and that says a lot about what Xiaomi is doing with the Mi 9. Sure, there are a couple of trade-offs, but the return is actually greater than that. So why isn't this phone getting the recognition it deserves? It's probably due to weak marketing. I still think the P30 Pro's 50x zoom is a gimmick, and the reverse wireless charging is not something that you would do on a daily basis. Given the right marketing, I think the Mi 9 would have fared a lot better in terms of sales and exposure. That's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have anything you want to ask, or if you guys want me to review any other devices, please leave a comment below. I'll be sure to check them out. Please like this video for the work that I put in, and if you guys like the video quality and all that, yeah, just like this video. Please subscribe as it will help me out tremendously, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.